Here we go.
Can we see the black guy?
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm sitting here with my friend, the elusive Kareem Campbell. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, doing great. How about yourself, Five?
As far as I know, I'm okay. I don't know all the answers, but I'll go with, I'll go with that. Reem needs no introduction in a lot of ways, so I'm glad to be here with you. As your friend, this has been a long time coming.
It's been forever.
You are an elusive character, as the world, knows, and but you've been around us quite a bit, and we, us in the crew that we run with, and it's been a good thing, and I've enjoyed, getting to the point where we can do this sort of thing.
Yeah,
so here we are.
Live free.
Absolutely, absolutely. So welcome to the show, and I do want to give everybody a trigger warning because this is a show where we are going to look at everything in a 360-degree flipped way and challenge every notion, play devil's advocate. If you're triggered easily, if certain words offend you and things like that, you might hear
emotional. You might need to.
Yeah, you might hear any word in the world over here. So we'll just go ahead and give you that disclaimer. So if you're thin-skinned or otherwise sensitive, you're probably not in the right spot. So
yeah. You might need to go to somebody else's page right about now.
And these are crazy times right now. Let's face it. It's times like no other because we're in the middle of a virus crisis.
That's such an epidemic.
Right. And the whole new, racial tensions, all the rioting, all the protesting, all the stuff that's going on right now, which has been a long time coming and been in the making.
Yeah.
400 years.
Yeah.
Right. And the latest iteration was like the LA riots and things like that, which, you had a firsthand, you were there.
Oh, Rodney King, yeah.
Right. Which was the first time that technology kind of gave us a glimpse into something that we've all known is going on. You know what I mean?
Oh, but now that's a visual.
Well, and black people always knew it, and people of color always knew it. And the thing about it is skateboarders always knew it because we're always
in the streets. Yeah,
we're in the streets too. So you knew it like three ways.
Yeah.
And for us as skaters, we kind of always, we're exposed to a lot of this stuff, so it wasn't nothing new. What is new, like Will Smith said, is the ability to record it and get it out there through social media and everything else.
It's BBC time.
Right, but as far as what's been going on, man, a lot of it's not new. So that's that. But at the end of the day, glad to have you here. I'm glad we're having this show. I'm glad we're starting off.
Thank you guys for coming to tune in. I'm telling what you might hear, so
good luck with that.
Watch your ears.
We want to thank our friends at Royal Decker that are here producing this right here. So James, Travis, CJ, thank you guys. And try to keep us on track, okay? Because we're gonna meander and do all this. And right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting the butterflies out because it's a little bit weird to formally talk. Normally we just chit chat without being.
They just a fly on the wall right now, so.
Right, but the whole world's a fly on the wall right now, so. So that's the deal, and that's kind of funny because, you are a private person in a lot of ways. You have a public persona, but you're a private person, and you're known as being sort of unreachable, inaccessible, unpredictable. That's been a tactic of yours, right?
Yeah, I'm Reem. It's just like I live culture free. I'm not really on a 24/7 schedule for everybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? But more or less, I got all of me is to want to do everything the best thing I can do. But I'm only one person, so sometimes I get drawn so many places. So I've kind of kept that form of. As long as you let me know about something, if I can fit it in, I'll make it happen. You ain't gotta help me get there or nothing, but I'll make it happen. So,
right.
But I've been popping up. You just gotta be in the right crowd, in the right spot.
Well, like I said, we've been lucky through the last, at least decade or so, to have you around quite a bit, and we've tried to sort of respect your privacy and all that sort of thing. So it's funny when I see people out there saying, "Where's the Reem clip? Where's the Reem clip?" I'm sitting here like. I got them on my phone, but it's just not right to put you out there on blast. You're not asking for that.
Yeah.
So it is kind of funny. But I've even seen in recent things where, for instance, Tony Hawk has been out here doing all the press junkets and making all the rounds and other people.
For the game.
Right, and even he recently made some sort of mention that he was especially sort of delighted to see that you were around, that the elusive, unpredictable.
Oh, yeah. Because, when they called me and everything, they were just like, we need to be able to lock you in for a couple of dates. And I'm like...
You're like, lock me in?
Tell me the dates. You know what I mean? Tell me the times that we gotta be there. What is the definite times? And
right.
I just more or less, I got Sister Kennedy and everything, so she just kind of made everything correct.
Right.
But I was gonna make sure I make it, you know what I mean? But I know everybody feared that. Everybody's like, we want to count on you, but and I understand. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So,
and I mean, what would you say is the reason for that, if there is a reason for that?
I mean, it's actually just an honesty. Sometimes I just flake.
Right.
So, instead of me just more or less trying to run around and be like everybody commit, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
I did that all my life.
Right.
I went to everything. I mean, I barely watched my son, be raised at the beginning of my life, of his life.
Right.
Just due to the fact that I'm making every obligation. And it's different because I'm such a people person that I know a lot of people.
Right.
So it's like I could get drawn 10 different ways on one weekend.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out how to make it all happen. So.
And it takes a lot of energy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I learned how to fall back.
And you have that, but that's your public persona, right? And that does take a lot of energy because there are so many expectations. Yeah. And you've lived up to that quite a bit. I'd probably imagine after, you turned pro in your teenage years and then you gave. At a certain point, don't you need to just take a deep breath and just sort of like get with your family?
That's all I've been doing is just like literally when I say, when you're in that spotlight 24/7 and all the magazines, all the like little publications or whatever, it was like, that was one thing. But then you're getting pulled from, we need you in this place, we need you in that place to skate. So I'm doing that. Then as being designing shoes and skateboards and everything, so I'm having to fly to Korea, so I'm having to do that. You know what I mean? Then owning the company,
right.
You know what I mean? Then I'm having to, I do all of this stuff, proceed to make sure that everybody's career is going straight and everybody's, you know what I mean, in the right place at the right time and they're comfortable. So it's like,
Takes a lot of energy and focus. And then on top of everything, you're a father. You got children on the East Coast, on the West Coast, different time zones of children you got to keep up with, growing up at different ages and rates, boys and girls.
Yeah, I got 4 C's, 2 boys, 2 girls, New York, and then Cali, and then my other daughter, she's out here in Texas now. So.
Right. Well, that's why I say out here in Texas, we've tried to be especially mindful of making it less stressful for you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Plus, we've had a lot of fun. I don't answer anyway. Just looks though. I was definitely going to, but sometimes you got to, you know what I mean? But I know anything that's really pertaining to what we got to do at 4 Down, you know what I mean? Because that's like been such a passion, you know what I mean? Since I watched it grow, and I'm like, this is what I would love to see in Cali and different places and stuff like that. So it's
thank you. Thank you.
Definitely.
Well, we're lucky we're able to do something here. 4 Down Project is what he's referring to. Yeah. Which is my endeavor with your lifelong friend, Mike Crum, which is a skate organization. We're rooted in skateboarding. Yeah. And we have what was a private, training facility or whatever when we started off. Yeah. But we started sharing it with the community more and more and more, and of course,
just opening it up.
Yeah, and then we realized once you share something that you love, that you want private for yourself, you actually have so much more enjoyment sharing it with others.
You see that joy that, you know what I mean, somebody, like kid, you know what I mean, those kids that used to come to the park and it's like they have nowhere to go. Right. That was like, for them to come to the skate park and know that they're safe, they're comfortable, they're kicking it, they're learning different things. Yeah. That's always like, you know what I mean?
And what's so funny too is through the years I've seen it, that you play such a low key, and so does Mike Crum, you're always super humble. So sometimes it's funny when some of the young people who have absolutely no concept of history or anything that happened like more than a couple news cycles ago, when they find out, they're kind of like, oh my God, you mean this guy that's been
the whole time I've been hanging out with us? Like, wait, yeah.
And I've seen you just give your boards to kids that has your name on it, and they don't even know that's you.
No clue. They're just like, oh, the guy, he must be cool with the skate shop. Like, he gets boards. Like,
right. And they do that with Crum too. It's kind of like they have no clue sometimes. Yeah. And of course, like the real skate heads, they know that, have a reverence for it and respect for it, and and that's a different crowd. But the young people especially, and it's just
the
cool.
Babies now, they're so little, and it's just like, I mean, you get, at the park we've had 4 or 5 year olds, like, I mean, that's crazy. Like, and just having a good time and just having a blast. And it's like watching other young kids, 10, 12, teaching them how to like ride it, you know what I mean? It's like, ain't too many skate parks you have that, you know what I mean? And I go to a lot of them, and at the same time, it's just like, everyone's like, I'm trying to get sponsored, so I'm trying to learn this trick. It's not, you don't see too many people trying to help each other. Right. Everyone's out trying to outdo each other.
Well, that's the concept at Four Down. I appreciate you as always. But the technology has changed.
Oh, the technology is insane. It looks like, actually like me skating now. Right. It's just like, I'm like, so now I'm looking at like, is my kids gonna be putting me in tutus again when I look like this and putting it on Instagram? Like, it's going, right now, I'm dreading certain things. I'm happy for it, but I'm dreading it too. I'm like,
I remember you telling me stories about your kids like get mad at you and like literally run you.
Throw me off the roof, I'm like, all right, well, fuck this game. We about to kick the game off. Y'all done. The game is on punishment. Shit.
Something totally different depending on where you're at.
Yeah, right? And one of the things about it though, which is different, what I say within the world we live in, is like skateboarders. We have our own form.
We have our own code.
Yeah, too. We have our code of language though, where it's like we could be talking. Somebody be like, these niggas just gonna put Spanish, Arabic, like just every form of language all together, and they understand what the hell's going on, but I'm lost. Yeah.
Right. But we code talk because like in a lot of traditions, we can communicate out in the open, but no one else knows what we're saying because we're our own subculture. Yeah. So we can be anywhere, in a gas station, in a grocery store, or even amongst, any sort of gathering, and we can be communicating in code.
Yeah, we're like our own personal crackheads. You know how the crackheads get along? They be like, crackhead hit one, like, boom, boom, like, nigga, that mean I just caught me one, two people over here, we about to win, like, meet you over there. Like, you just, what the fuck, just everybody scattered.
Well, I definitely don't know the crackhead code, but I can imagine they have a code too. Oh my God.
I'm saying, everything, you go to a club, it'd be like this. Okay, that chick over there, that's the one you want to holler at. We're going to go. She's with her. You know what I mean? It's codes. It's everybody got them. We got them.
So Reem, one of the things that we found amusing here recently was when you were with Tony and all the guys from the video game at the barracks, and he was getting different questions to ask each and every one of you. And the question he asked you had to do with the origins of the Ghetto Bird, how it got named and where it came from, et cetera. And so many of us, when you were talking to him about that, we were amused because Tony had no clue that a helicopter is a Ghetto Bird, right? And so to me, that's so insightful because it goes to show two guys that are major pro skaters, major friends, all this stuff that you would seemingly have in common. You've lived such different lives that he wouldn't even know what everyone knows, that street skaters or anyone in Southern California definitely knows is a helicopter, right? So I thought that was amusing in and of itself. So what about when that was named? Because obviously it looked like a helicopter.
Yeah, so. I mean, basically it comes from, back in the LA days, skating downtown LA or by Lockwood or, even like out towards Santa Monica. I can always speak that, a few times where we've had a Ghetto Bird to where they went us out to school or they went us out of downtown. So it was like, we knew, that was a hood term for like, okay, that's the police. That's not the news. That's the Ghetto Bird. That's the one that's like the laws is they're gonna put a big light on you. You can't go nowhere. You know what I mean? So so really it was like from that, and then the whole origin of how it really came up was at the contest when I did it. Fabian Alomar had kind of like said, "Oh yeah, you fucking look like a Ghetto Bird." You know what I mean? Because I was like this, spinning around. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it really kind of came out.
Now, so for the rest of us that weren't really there, we all remember that was a pretty iconic, one of those Northern Europe or Eastern Europe sort of contests, Radlands, right? So it was Radlands. And that was at the time when like Tom Penny and everyone were coming out and like changing the world. So you and Tom and some others were really sort of like changing the way skateboarding was being done at the time. But I'm wondering from your perspective, you didn't seem like you were trying to win that contest. You seemed like you were just trying to have a moment of drama. So like, what was the drama going on?
I mean, back in, it was more or less like, I knew I wasn't winning that contest. So I mean, and I was having such a good time. So if we going really in truth in depth, I was having a blast. I'm saying a blast. And at the same time, it was just like, you know, it was like we had been skating throughout, you know, all those last few weeks or whatever before that contest. So it's like when you're skating 24/7 all day, you know, you're on point on so many different things. So it was like, when it came to it, it was like, no, I ain't gonna win this. But I had tried it a couple times, and I was like, oh, wait. Because this flew me, like, way high. It wasn't like the other little regular cement one. So it was like, so when I was going to go and do it, I remember Rodney kept saying, focus on your line. He's always been on me, because it's like, I would drift. I mean, I'm a drifter. So, you know, I was just like, nah. So it was really like, I did it in between, like, them doing the people's contest run.
Right.
So it was like kind of like disrespectful, but not disrespectful, because it was like they were taking so long to show results. So, you know, people would drop in, like, try something, whatever, you know. And it was a lot of the guys that was actually in that heat. But so that's really how that kind of like really prevailed all the way out. You know what I mean? Wow.
But so those Euro days, you guys would just be over there in Europe and like.
Oh man, it was crazy. That was the first time when I really kind of met Tom Penny, and it was like, it was crazy because it's like, I like him so much because he was like very similar. He's quiet, he's chill, he has fun, but at the same time he has fun within his clique and his people. And it was like, we would just skate, and then they had like a little bus that was connected to by the bathrooms in the skate shop, to where you go and you smoke your hash and your weed and everything.
Because in Europe it's a hash game.
It was open. It was and it was like you can smoke at the skate park. It was like it was a designated area. So it was like me and him like was always back there. So it was like that's how we became like good friends, because it was like, and then he speaks slow. He was like, hey man. I'm like, what's up? You smoking? I'm smoking. You know what I mean? And then I had already been smoking spliffs and everything, like tobacco and weed. So it was like a synergy, and then it was like dope. And then like, you know, we used to kick it, and it was like, shit, I used to just love his skating. You know what I mean? We'd play around on the vert ramp, and he'd just like, you gonna go in? I'm like, yeah, I'll go in, and he's just kick flipping or not, like some retarded, and I'm just like, no. You know what I mean? Because I was, you know, but that was what they were used to in Europe. You know what I mean? They skated vert, street, they skated everything, which was dope. Yeah. And now that's what you look at nowadays. It's like even the Brazilian kids and all of that. They're insane, because they're like, I could skate a rough, rugged cement bowl. Right. So this smooth, perfect shit is just like.
Right. And you notice these guys are adapting to the environments they're in, because you have like this Yuto and these other people that can like, you know, do all these hard tricks on handrails, and they can also do like 540s on.
Oh yeah, on vert ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, or in a bowl, like there's worse than a vert ramp.
Zion. There's a number of guys that are super legit. I saw Jamie Foy the other day skating vert too, and it's like they don't draw a distinction between the different terrains, because they're exposed to all the terrains. So, you know, it's just an amazing thing to see the evolution, but it's all based on the environment they have access to.
Yeah, you got to remember back in those days, they just loosened up our insurance how many years ago? Before that, we couldn't have skate parks, you know?
Right, because of strict liability.
Yeah. So it was like, it was harsh, you know what I mean? So it's like, we're, like they say, the U.S. is behind. Yeah. Because we sitting there like, oh yeah, these guys got trainers and everything. They're ready for you.
Oh my God, man. Well, thank you for sharing some of these insights with us.
Oh man, it's just the beginning right now.
Well, and I think that's what we want to let the people know, is that, you know, this is an elusive character I'm looking at right here, but we happen to know where he lives.
Yeah. I just gotta go pick up some babies.
When you are in town, we know where you live. And although I know you're going to be popping up on all sort of different places, you're going to start popping up here and there.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing a lot for I got the game going on, then, you know, I'm still promoting City Stars, and we're just getting all the new boards and all everything and all the product out, so we got to do a lot of marketing behind that. Then we're still doing 4 Down, you know what I mean? Because I definitely love, you know what I mean, to give back in the, you know, the food works and everything that we're doing.
Well, thank you for that. And I guess we want to let the people know is that you never know where else this guy's going to pop up. He's going to continue to be that elusive, unpredictable
ghost.
Yeah. But the one place you know for sure you can find him is right here on the podcast. Yeah.
This is the one and only.
Right.
Other than that, I'm flaky.